After more than 30 years treating patients over the age of 50, I've realized something quite surprising. The human body always whispers before it ever cries out. The problem is, most of us only start listening when it's already too late. I still remember one evening when Helen, 68 years old, walked into my clinic looking exhausted. She sighed and said, "Doctor, I haven't been sleeping. Every time I drift off, my leg seizes up so hard it jolts me awake. I looked at her, and I knew instantly. It wasn't old age. It wasn't a serious disease. Her body was simply missing something small, something essential. Have you ever felt that way yourself? Those sudden nighttime cramps, that sharp, twisting pain in the calf, like someone grabbed your muscle and squeezed, or that moment when you're walking and your leg suddenly locks for a second? Most people blame it on aging. But the truth is, muscle cramps often come from mineral deficiencies and electrolyte imbalance, something we can completely fix with the right foods. And here's the good news. You don't need medication. You don't need expensive supplements. You just need a few natural foods, the same ones I've used to help hundreds of my patients finally escape years of nighttime cramping. Today, I want to share with you 7 simple, everyday foods that can calm your muscles, improve circulation, and help you sleep through the night again. 1. Bananas. The natural potassium pump for your muscles. Out of the hundreds of foods I've recommended to patients, bananas have always stayed at the top. Not because they're cheap or common, but because they work. Even after 35 years in medicine, they still impress me. I remember Brandon, 70 years old, a retired carpenter with strong hands and tired legs from decades of standing on the job. He told me, "Doc, at night the cramps hit so hard I jump out of bed and can't even walk." I told him to try one simple thing. Eat a banana in the afternoon or right before bed. A week later, he returned with a soft smile of relief. It's not 100% gone, but it's at least 70% better. Just one banana. No medicine. No complicated supplements. Why are bananas so powerful? Because bananas are packed with potassium, the mineral that regulates muscle contraction. Potassium acts like a switch that helps muscles contract and relax smoothly. When your body runs low, the electrical signals between your nerves and muscles become unstable and cramps strike. Each banana gives you 450 milligrams of potassium, a perfect amount for older adults who typically don't get enough minerals. But that's not all. Bananas also contain vitamin B6, magnesium, and natural sugars that help relax your muscles and stabilize blood sugar at night. That's why many people feel their bodies soften and their cramps ease after eating one before sleep. Have you ever felt something so simple, yet your body feels genuinely thankful for it? Eat one banana in the afternoon or before bed. Add 5-7 almonds to boost magnesium. Avoid eating on an empty stomach if you have a sensitive stomach. Sometimes, one banana a day really is the little gift your legs have been waiting for. 2. Avocado, the dual engine of magnesium and potassium. There are foods that just feel safe the moment you see them. Avocado is one of those foods. I remember Eleanor, 68 years old, petite but full of life. She came to me with a problem many older adults know too well: nighttime leg cramps. "Doctor, I drink plenty of water. I walk every evening, but every single night my leg locks up." I asked her what she usually eats in the afternoon. She said, "Oh, almost nothing. I'm afraid of gaining weight." I smiled and told her, "Some foods make you gain weight, but avocado isn't one of them. It's food for healthy muscles." I asked her to eat half an avocado a day. A week later, she came back glowing. "Doctor, the cramps stopped waking me up. How did I not know this sooner?" Why does avocado work so well? Because it's one of the few fruits that gives you both magnesium and potassium, the two minerals older muscles lack the most. Potassium stabilizes electrolytes. Magnesium relaxes the muscle fibers and helps them recover. That's why I call avocado the dual engine. It fuels your muscles with exactly what they need to stay calm through the night. And not just that, Avocado is packed with healthy fats that support the heart, reduce inflammation, and stabilize blood sugar, all of which play a role in preventing muscle cramps. Have you ever eaten half an avocado and felt your whole body settle? That calm, gentle feeling is your muscles thanking you. Eat a quarter to and half an avocado a day. Pair it with eggs or leafy greens to boost nutrient absorption. Avoid overeating if you're actively trying to lose weight. A little avocado each day, sometimes that's all it takes for your legs to sleep through the night and for your mind to finally unwind. San, yogurt, the calcium cushion that helps muscles move smoothly. You know, there are foods that feel like placing a soft pillow over the parts of your body that are tense and tired. Yogurt is one of those foods. I remember George, 72 years old, a tall gentleman who struggled with morning leg cramps, especially when he stretched his legs after waking up. He told me, "Doc, all I do is stretch a little, and my calf tightens like a pulled guitar string." I asked him what he ate before bed. He paused, then laughed. "I don't eat anything. I'm afraid it'll upset my stomach." I smiled and said gently, "That's okay. But there is one food that helps digestion and relaxes your muscles, and it won't bother your stomach at all." He raised an eyebrow. "What food?" I placed a cup of plain, unsweetened yogurt on the table. Why does yogurt help prevent cramps? The answer is calcium, the mineral that acts like the conductor of muscle contraction and relaxation. Low calcium sudden muscle tightening. Adequate calcium smooth, steady muscle movement. Calcium also works hand in hand with potassium and magnesium, preventing those nighttime shock cramps. What many people don't know is this. Yogurt contains one of the most easily absorbed forms of calcium, even easier than milk for many older adults who can't tolerate lactose. But that's not all. Yogurt contains probiotics-friendly bacteria that keep your gut healthy and help you absorb minerals better. A healthier gut, better nutrient absorption, stronger, calmer muscles. 1 week later, George came back with the brightest smile. "Doc, I'm not getting those morning cramps anymore, just from 1 cup of yogurt before bed. Amazing." I told him, "It's not amazing. Your body just finally received what it needed." 1 cup of plain, unsweetened yogurt in the afternoon, or 1-2 hours before bed. Add pumpkin seeds, walnuts, or a few blueberries for extra magnesium and potassium. Avoid sugary or flavored yogurts. A small cup of yogurt, but sometimes it's the reason you sleep through the night without those painful, abrupt muscle jolts. Sit. Almonds, the natural magnesium and calcium powerhouse. You know, after more than 30 years caring for patients over 50, I've learned something interesting. Good nutrition doesn't have to be expensive. Sometimes the smallest things, like a handful of almonds, are the real mineral factories. I remember Eleanor, 69 years old. Every checkup, she carried a tiny bag of unsalted roasted almonds. I asked her, "Why are you always snacking on almonds?" She smiled, her eyes soft and warm. "Because I'm afraid of getting those nighttime cramps, doctor. I just want my body to stop catching me off guard." And she was absolutely right. Almonds are one of nature's richest sources of magnesium. Why do almonds help with cramps? Cramps often occur when your muscles lack magnesium, the mineral that helps them relax after tightening. Low magnesium tense muscles, sudden cramping. Enough magnesium muscles release properly, fewer nighttime spasms. And almonds don't stop at magnesium. They're also full of calcium smooth muscle contraction, potassium stable electrolytes. Vitamin E reduces cellular stress. Healthy fats support nerves and blood vessels. It's truly a mineral machine you can fit right in your pocket. Eleanor once told me, "Just 5-7 almonds a day and I sleep without those awful night cramps." I smiled and replied, "Our bodies always appreciate the little things we do for them." And 5 to 10 almonds a day. Lightly roasted, unsalted is best. Eat them in the afternoon or after dinner. Pair them with yogurt to boost mineral absorption. Drink enough water so the magnesium can do its job. You'll be surprised how something so small, like a handful of almonds, can keep your legs peaceful through the night. 5. Spinach, the green magnesium machine. You know, there are some foods whose color alone makes you feel like they're healing you. Spinach bright green vibrant is one of those foods. I remember Harold, 72 years old. He had been dealing with nightly leg cramps for years. He told me, "Doc, I thought this was just what getting older feels like, but every night I cramp so hard I can't sleep." One day, I told him to try adding spinach to his dinner. A few weeks later, he walked back into my office lighter on his feet. He smiled and said, "I don't know what happened, but my legs have been calm these past few nights." And that's exactly why spinach is called the green magnesium machine. Why does spinach help with muscle cramps? Cramps happen when your body is missing two key minerals. Magnesium relaxes muscles. Potassium stabilizes nerve signals. Spinach contains both and in higher amounts than almost any other leafy green. When you eat spinach at night, magnesium helps your muscles unwind. Potassium keeps nerve to muscle signals steady, and your muscles stop twitching or cramping while you sleep. But spinach brings even more. Vitamin K strengthens blood vessels. Folate helps tissue repair. Antioxidants reduce inflammation inside muscle fibers. Together, these create a green shield that protects your legs through the night. I often tell my older patients, spinach is a gentle gift for your legs. It's not as powerful as medicine, but it works more consistently than almost anything else. And they usually come back saying, "Doctor, I'm sleeping deeper. I'm not waking up from pain anymore." Embrace. Eat one small bowl of lightly sautéed or boiled spinach each day. Don't overcook it, or you lose the minerals. Add olive oil or garlic for better absorption. Blend it into a light evening smoothie if you prefer. You'll be amazed how a simple green vegetable can calm even the most stubborn nighttime cramps. Lou. Coconut water, the natural electrolyte that helps muscles recover. You know, after 35 years working with adults over 50, I've learned something important. Your muscles don't need a lot of medication. They just need the right fuel. And one of the gentlest, most natural fuels is coconut water. I remember Elaine, 69 years old. She lived a very disciplined life, but every time she finished her evening walk, her legs cramped so hard she had to stop halfway home. One day she asked me, "Doctor, I drink plenty of water, so why am I still cramping?" I replied, "You're drinking water, but are you drinking electrolytes?" She stared at me, confused. That's when I knew I needed to explain. Coconut water, the natural electrolyte older adults often forget. Cramps don't come just from dehydration. They come from losing electrolytes, especially potassium, sodium, magnesium. These minerals keep nerve signals accurate, muscle contractions smooth, your body from misfiring at night. And coconut water is one of the best natural sources. It has more potassium than a banana, natural magnesium, natural sodium and calcium, all in the perfect balance your muscles need. Not too much, not too little. And unlike sports drinks, no artificial sugar, no chemicals, no overload. I often call coconut water the natural IV drip for older adults. Elaine's story. A month after our conversation, she walked back into my office with a bright smile. "Doctor, my legs don't cramp at night anymore. All I did was drink a small glass of coconut water after my walks. I can't believe something so simple works this well." I smiled back because I knew when the body is given exactly what it needs, it heals itself in the most natural way. A small glass, 150-200 milliliters, after light exercise, or drink it 1-2 hours before bed if you get nighttime cramps. Avoid too much if you have kidney issues or high potassium. Don't add sugar. Coconut water is perfect as it is. You'll notice something beautiful. A simple glass of coconut water can do more than supplements. It quietly restores the electrolytes your muscles have been pleading for. Tim, sweet potatoes, a gentle potassium reserve for tired muscles. You know, after many years practicing medicine, I realized something important. Some foods are so humble, so earthy, yet they nourish the body better than any expensive pill. Sweet potatoes are one of those foods. I'll never forget Matthew, 71 years old, gentle, kind, a man who loved gardening and slow living. Every time he visited, he brought me a few purple sweet potatoes he grew himself. One day I asked him, "Do you eat sweet potatoes because they're healthy or because you enjoy them?" He laughed, his eyes wrinkling softly. "I eat them because they make me feel lighter and they stop my nighttime cramps. I don't know why, but they do." And the truth is, he was right, scientifically. Why do sweet potatoes reduce muscle cramps? Sweet potatoes are one of the richest sources of potassium, even higher than bananas. Potassium acts as the muscle's electrical stabilizer, keeps nerve signals steady, helps muscles contract and relax smoothly, regulates water inside cells, prevents those sharp nighttime spasms. But sweet potatoes offer even more. Vitamin A, vitamin C, fiber, magnesium, natural anti-inflammatory compounds. All of these help muscles and blood vessels calm down after a long day. No refined sugar, no additives, no blood sugar spike like higular potatoes. Just pure, gentle nourishment from the earth. Sweet potatoes, a food that helps you sleep deeper. Many older adults with night cramps also struggle with restless sleep. I usually tell them to eat half a sweet potato in the afternoon or early evening. Almost all of them return, saying they sleep deeper. The cramps are gone. Their legs feel calmer and less restless. Muscles love sweet potatoes because they provide slow, steady energy, not the sharp insulin spikes that often trigger cramps in people over 50. Eat a half-one sweet potato at lunch or in the afternoon. Steam, bake, or boil, don't fry. Pair with almonds or yogurt to boost magnesium and calcium. If you have diabetes, eat smaller portions and avoid adding sugar. It's a small food, but a soothing vitamin for your muscles. At his last visit, Matthew handed me a few more purple sweet potatoes. He said, "Doctor, sweet potatoes don't make me young again, but they help me stay strong enough to care for my garden every morning." His words stayed with me. Because at age 60 or 70, what we need most isn't magic. It's simple foods that nourish us from the inside out. You know, after more than 30 years as a doctor, I've learned one truth. Your body doesn't need big dramatic changes. It just needs small acts of kindness every day. A banana before bed, a few almonds, a sweet potato, a glass of coconut water. These little things are powerful enough to give you peaceful sleep, calm muscles, and nights without that sudden, painful jolt of cramps. If you learned something helpful today, consider it a small gift to your own body. And if you'd like to keep walking this gentle, practical health journey with me, I invite you to subscribe. Not to follow me, but to walk alongside your own well-being, one simple choice at a time. I'll see you in the next video. Stay healthy and be gentle with yourself.